You know what's wild? Most people lose the day before it even begins. And it's not because they're lazy or unmotivated. It's because the first thing they do after waking up is give away control of their attention. The moment their eyes open, they reach for a glowing screen instead of their own peace. They scroll, they compare, they react. Before they've even taken a deep breath or said thank you, their mind is already hijacked by noise. And that, right there, is how the world owns you before you've even left your bed. That's also how winners separate themselves from everyone else. Not at the gym. Not in a meeting. Not at 9 a.m. It happens in those first 10 quiet minutes after you wake up. 10 minutes that decide if you'll run your day, or if your day will run you. Think about it. Every single morning, life hands you a tiny, precious gift, 10 golden minutes of silence before the chaos begins. And yet, most people throw that gift away. They wake up, scroll through messages, emails, and notifications, and suddenly, they're overwhelmed before they've even brushed their teeth. Their brain is flooded with other people's lives, other people's opinions, other people's energy. They've compared their morning to someone's vacation, their body to a filter, their life to a highlight reel. No wonder they feel drained by 10 a.m. Their energy didn't go toward progress, it went toward panic. But what if you flipped that? What if those 10 minutes became your launchpad, not your downfall? That's what successful people do differently. They don't wait for motivation, they manufacture it. They don't need hours of meditation or a complicated routine. All they need is 10 intentional minutes that build clarity, confidence, and control. 10 minutes that set the tone for everything that follows. So let's break down the simple formula. Not a hack. Not a trend. Just a quiet system that turns ordinary mornings into powerful ones. Because when you learn to control your mornings, you gain control over your life. And if you lose those mornings, you lose your momentum. Here's how most people start their day: they open their eyes and open their problems. Before they even sit up, they're already reacting. Checking messages, worrying about yesterday, stressing about what's next. That's not a morning routine, that's a mental ambush. So step 1 is simple: reset your mind before the world loads in. The first 2 minutes are yours alone. No phone, no sound, no conversation. Just sit in silence, breathe deeply, and let your thoughts slow down. It may feel awkward at first, but that's because silence isn't common anymore. You charge your phone every night, but when was the last time you charged your mind? 2 minutes of stillness will do more for your peace than an hour of scrolling ever could. It's like pressing refresh on your brain. When you start your day calm, the world can't steal that calm easily. Next comes gratitude, the second step, and maybe the most powerful one. Spend 3 minutes focusing on what's good, not what's missing. Most people wake up counting their problems; instead, count your blessings. You don't need to write them down or say them out loud. Just think of 3 things that make you grateful. Simple things. You woke up. You can move. You can breathe. You have someone who believes in you. You still have chances left. Gratitude doesn't erase the challenges you face, it changes how you face them. When you start your day thankful, you automatically start it strong. It's like wiping dust off your vision. Life becomes clearer, sharper, brighter. I'll never forget one morning before a huge presentation. My team was stressed, the stakes were high, but I took a moment to sit in silence and name 3 things I was grateful for. And you know what happened? I walked into that meeting calm and focused. Gratitude didn't take away the pressure, it gave me perspective. It reminded me that stress is a privilege. You only feel it when you're doing something that matters. That's the real power of gratitude. It shifts your mind from I have to I get to. So that's 5 minutes gone, silence and gratitude. Your mind is now centered and recharged. The next 3 minutes are where direction enters the picture, vision and learning. This is where dreamers start separating from drifters. Because peace without purpose is just sleep, and you've already done that part. Take 3 minutes and visualize your day before it begins. Ask yourself, what kind of day do I want to live? Not what's on my to-do list, but how do I want to show up? Imagine yourself walking into that meeting with confidence, handling challenges with calm, treating people with kindness, staying focused when others are distracted. You're not predicting your future, you're programming your mind to create it. Most people wake up and let life happen to them. Winners wake up and decide what's going to happen. You don't need a fancy board or expensive journal, just 3 minutes of clear, focused intention. Then comes 1 minute of learning. That's it, 1 minute. Read something uplifting, listen to a short clip, or reflect on one valuable idea. Because you don't need hours of information, you need one insight that sticks. One line can shift your entire perspective for the day. I once read the sentence, "Don't mistake movement for progress," and that completely changed how I approach my work. A single idea applied daily can change your entire trajectory in a year. You don't need to fill your mind, you need to sharpen it. Now you've spent 9 minutes grounding, focusing, and fueling your brain. The last minute, the final piece, is where everything turns into power. This is where you stop thinking and start doing. Stand up. Move. Feel your energy come alive. Tell yourself out loud, "Today, I will act like the person I want to become." It might sound simple, but your brain listens when you speak with conviction. Then, decide on one concrete action for the day, just one. Not 10 tasks, not a long list, one real move that pushes your life forward. Maybe it's making that phone call you've been putting off. Sending that email. Going for a short run. Apologizing. Staying silent instead of reacting. Whatever it is, make it count. Because consistency beats intensity. Every single time. See, I've met hundreds of people with amazing dreams but no structure. It's not their ambition that's missing, it's their rhythm. It's not the dream that fails, it's the morning that does. Because when you lose your morning, you lose your momentum. But when your mornings are disciplined, everything else follows. Think of your morning as the commander and your hours as the soldiers. If the commander stands firm, the soldiers obey. So make those 10 minutes your command post. You don't need to wake up at 4 a.m. or do 100 push-ups. You just need to wake up with purpose. 10 minutes of silence, gratitude, vision, learning, and action, that's your armor. That's your foundation. Because life doesn't transform in one giant leap, it transforms in small, consistent starts. Every morning is a smaller version of your life. If your mornings are messy, reactive, and distracted, your life starts to mirror that chaos. But if your mornings are intentional, peaceful, and grateful, everything around you begins to align. You don't need to move cities, switch jobs, or replace your friends. You just need to reclaim those first 10 minutes. You can't control what happens at 3 p.m., but you can control what happens the moment you wake up. That's where winners are made, in the quiet, unseen minutes before the world wakes up. Every successful person you admire doesn't start their day by checking notifications. They start by checking their direction. Because whoever controls your attention controls your destiny. So take it back. When your alarm rings tomorrow, don't roll over, rise up. Don't scroll, breathe. Don't check what's new, check what matters. 10 minutes won't change the entire world, but it can change how you face it. And when you change how you face the world, everything about your life begins to shift. Remember this, your morning doesn't just start your day, it builds your destiny. 10 minutes of peace, purpose, and power can create a lifetime of strength. So tomorrow morning, don't just wake up, rise up with intention. Because the way you start is the way you finish.